dear students aspiring for a medical educations. I welcome you for a small piece of advice from my desk. I hope and believe that most of the students now busy in preparing for an education. Unfortunately, what's supposed to happen in the early, it has been postponed to September for all valid reasons you know. I wish you all good luck for your success in the NEET examinations. I know there are many aspirants year by year interested to seek a medical career. And relatively, government is also every year, they are trying hard to increase the number of seats. But honestly, whether the aspirants versus the recruit seat is right or enough, it's a big gap. I had around 16 lakhs of students aspiring and are going to sit for the NEET exam this year. And around the lakh of students which put together MBBS as well as BDS seats, put together the admission system through the NEET is limited around a lakh or so. So what essentially happening that for one seat, 16 or 17 students are competing. So in the process, what is going to happen, as you all know, so out of every 16 or 17 students, only one is securing a seat and the remaining 16 students left with no choice, or rather I won't say no choice, and they are not getting the desired charge and they look for various other options. Other option in the sense, they may not be able to pursue the medical career in India, rather they settle down in engineering or arts and all various other commerce and things and so on. So very few students out of all maybe 15, 16 students what is left and securing the seats. Very few students or maybe a percentage or few percentage or I don't know, because the year by year the students left out, we are not able to secure a good seat in the Indian medical colleges or finding a place abroad. Abroad means, that it's not the case with USA or UK, unlike engineering or management, which is a straight game. Studying medical education in these countries are relatively very expensive, which we cannot think of. Average middle class family can't think of. Roughly to put it, maybe 3 to 4 crore, whether Singapore or USA or UK or Canada. Again, the process is also very tougher and securing a seat is also tougher, because that's not the subject interest what I want to focus or thrust on. So don't get panic or don't get worried, I am not getting the medical seats. Okay, still you have a lot of reasonable choices available abroad. The countries like Russia, Ukraine, Philippines, Poland, Nepal, China, Kyrgyzstan, Germany, there are many countries, the choices are plenty, and they also year by year they increasing the number of medical seats as the aspirants from other countries are becoming more and more. So how do you select which universities or which country is ideally fit for me? So it's a lot of careful study is needed and careful discussion is needed and a lot of critical understanding is needed, because there are procedurally it is little different from country to country. While all the universities, most of the universities offering finally MBBS or MD, some different nomenclature they are following. Finally, you have some hurdles, coming back to India and practice, unless otherwise, you clear the government MCA, Medical Council of India, the screening test, which is called, Foreign Medical Graduate Examination, which is currently, eventually, it's also going to be changed into different name. But that's when it comes, we can see that. But these are all the requirement, because you have to clear MCA to practice in India, to get a licensure, to work as a doctor. So most of these countries, even after you pursue your MBBS degree there, when you come back after clearing, there is also a compulsion they have to do again an 1 year internship, which is prolong your career down by 1 year. So you have to do a compulsory internship in India, because not many countries or many universities are considered or their respective country internship because there is a language barrier, there is a cultural barrier, there is a climatic, there are various reasons, and the academic syllabus curriculum putting all together, these countries not recognize unless otherwise you go through an Indian systems, because ultimately you are going to deal with a human life. So the government is so careful that you have to be a qualified or thorough doctor before you are allowed to touch a patient. So we welcome that. So you have to be very careful. So what kind of an education, which country you choose, it will be a right choice to you. Okay, now coming to the cost, why you have to go abroad? So students who are not able to secure admissions in the formal normal NEET or not able to get the top universities or government institutions where the fees is reasonably fixed by the government, they left out majority of the students, or rather we say that some students can able to afford the fees, or they could able to pay say for 1 crore of rupees for completing their studies in the private colleges on their management quota. So, but not all can afford, because there is a major chunk of students who are living in the average middle class. They cannot spell out that much of money, to put their word into this thing. So there is a big dream is put to your questions. So for those middle class people, they can use these choices of these countries what I have spelled out little earlier. So the budget, if you are critically looking at, maybe it will vary from 30 to 45 lakhs. So over 6 years of studies. So you may either go for a bank loan, or you can invest on your own out of your savings and all. But comparatively, instead of spending 1 crore of rupees and spending 30-40 lakhs, there is a huge money saving to fulfill the dream of your son or daughter career choices to go fruitful. Now, in the market there are also misgivings. This country is dealing with particular kind of a disease, then X countries deal with particular kind. It is not there. And if you look at typically, COVID-19, it is actually teaching us the diseases are not restricted to a country-specific disease, are always common. We know time and long, the heart attack is common everywhere, diabetics is common everywhere. The human, physiology, stands everywhere same. So don't get carried away by, one can only study in Philippines, or one cannot study in Russia. It's not that, or one cannot study in Bangladesh. You are going to study, whole medicines in general, common, which is applicable throughout common. Wherever you go, you have to be a practitioner, you have to touch the patients, or irrespective of caste, creed, or race. So as a doctor, you have no barrier, you have to deal with all the cases. So anywhere you can study, there is no problem. But one thing, mind you students, that parents may take you to somewhere, and consultant may facilitate you to secure an admission to somewhere, but it is ultimately in your hand, to utilize all the opportunities. There are very good campuses, very good universities available in Russia, Ukraine, or Philippines. They offer a very good educations, no doubt. If you look at, say, just to mention, if you look at Bangladesh, the syllabus what they follow and syllabus they follow in India, mostly, likely same, because they also follow the authors what the Indian medical college what they follow. So typically the same authors books they follow in Bangladesh. So they intensive. They are intensive. In the 6 years of study, they also do a 1 year internship. When they come back here, again, the government is legally approving their internships very well valid here. They need not spend another year in India to practice as a doctor. That is one good advantage. I'm not sure, maybe some other countries also in the race of getting that exemption, but till now it's not clear. Maybe few other countries also will have that exemption. So you need not worry about. So why I stress that you have to be very clear, about each and every nuances, every nitty-gritties when you go abroad for a higher educations, the place where you stay, the hostel accommodation what they provide. So normally what is happening, see, the students normally in the first year of study, they go and stay in the allocated hostel. From the second year onwards, they are not traceable, because always what is happening, 4 or 5 students put together, they go and fix a neighboring place and stay. Because by the time, till the time they are with the hostel, there are the university people will have a watch on them. They are under the controllable limit. But once they go out of, it is also become difficult for parents to reach them. It's also difficult for consultant like us to reach them, to understand the welfare, and many other risky factors also eventually they may get. So they have to be very, very carefully follow the discipline, the norms, and obey the instructions of the university, and they have to be matured enough. But while studying, because it's quite a complex system of studying, it is needing a lot of sincerity. It's not like other stream of education, medical systems, everything they have to study thoroughly, because the hurdles when they come back, they have to clear the MCA test. What we look at these over several years, the passing percentages are not very, very encouraging. But that cannot be a referral factor for any students to pursue education abroad. But if you study sincerely these 6 months, because you are already going abroad, after having a requisite NEET score, so it may not be very difficult to sit for another competitive screening test and clear through MCA. But it is fairly a difficult exam, and there may be some institution that some consultant may facilitate even getting a training at the later part. But ultimately, what again I am stressing you, the students, they should utilize the opportunities without wasting their time, without having any diversions. Because when you move out of your home, you are completely on your own. So nobody able to see you. Your parents are away, but you have to be on your conscious that you have to be fruitful, you have to justify the money which is spent from your parents' side, or whatever the time and energy you are putting across the educations abroad has to finally result fruitful. So what is more critical is, so the procedure from country to country is going to be little different, not very much, but you need to have fixed a genuine, a decent consultant as in your advisor. Normally, these medical universities on these countries, being very moderately placed, they always look for the agents to do every process of the students. So the agent's role has a major role here. Agents' involvement is major here compared to other stream of education. So every bit from taking through, say for example, for going to the Philippines, if you have not completed 18 years, there is a 2 level of visa requirement is there. First, you have to apply from some visa to take you up to the destination country. Then after you reach 18 years, you have to again apply for another visa. There are procedurally little complications are there. So you need to be wise in choosing a right kind of a consultant and choose the right career. So again, I wish and stress, it is ultimately in the hands of students, after having opportunities, after placed in the right universities, in the right country, it is ultimately in your conscience, it is in your hands to study reasonably, successfully, and sincerely, and come out with the flying colors. I wish you all success. Thank you.